afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're again together for a very interesting little Bible study tonight. It's going to be kind of brief. This is an interesting subject that we're going to talk on tonight. We're going to speak about the female, woman, ladies. I don't know if you all are up to date with me on this, but I've been speaking with ladies as far as even in Africa. We deal internationally. And oh, by the way, welcome to the Words of Revelations Bible Study evening again. It's just this topic has left me at awe, and I pray my throat clear up. That way I'll be back to myself, but we can't let that stop us from doing God's will. We all know that we were birthed from a woman. God chose the woman to carry us and birth and nurture us. But lately it's been in the news about ladies are being kidnapped. Young girls, mostly young girls and women, children. I thought maybe this was only in our immediate surroundings, but unfortunately it's not. It's throughout the world. There's several countries right now. I won't quote them, but it's going on over there. They're kidnapping women and abusing, beating them up, making them basically sex slaves and house slaves, whatnot. And I'll be honest, as a child of God, it really burns me up to see a man lower himself to put his hand on a female, then claim that they are a man. I stand to attest that, because they're not. They're wimps. And I mean it. They're wimps, and they're not God-fearing, God-sent men, because we know when they do those things, there's a consequences that will come along with it. Some ladies are beating so bad and treated so miserably, they just learn to live to deal with it. No. That's not living. That's being slaves. You're not their property. A man's supposed to cleave to his wife, go in the world to minister the gospel. You can't cleave to your wife and go into the world and be beating her up at home. And we are actually getting a lot of them who are actually seeing some of these people claiming on the outside to be men of God in ministry. Men of God ministry. I don't think so. The Spirit take me to the book of Michael. Let's say, correction. Let's go to Proverbs 14:1, where the word of our Lord says, every wise woman buildeth a house, but the foolish woman plucketh it down with her hands. Let's talk a little bit tonight about building your house. In order to establish yourself with home ownership, there's a lot that has to be applied with that first of all, you'd have to come together. They would call you in and you come together and you all sit down and select just what you want. Your dream home or that first home. Not only does that house is a beautiful home, that's the rest of your life. Most people, when they buy their homes, plan to be there for the rest of their lives. So if you're going to spend the rest of your life, you have to make certain that that home is built on solid ground, a solid foundation. It's the same way in relations with those others. A relationship has to be built on a solid foundation. We all in the kingdom know that God is our foundation. But that means there's certain instructions has to go into it. You'll need blueprints. We have our blueprint in relationships. God gave us the blueprint, but still we need a carpenter. You need project managers. You need laborers. Right down to the family that walk in. God has allowed us to be able to distinguish what is needed and apply it within our homes, within your lives. Nowhere in there have I found where it says the home should be a place for keeping your slave.